Now, it should go without saying, being a PC product reviewer means that I get to check out a lot of really cool and interesting things that I would have probably otherwise never gotten a chance to take a look at. But unfortunately, that can also be a downside where you take a look at so many things, it takes a lot to get you excited anymore. So when VisionTek asked me if I wanted to check out their R9 290 CryoVenom, I was like, yeah, what the heck, go ahead and send it on over. I wasn't expecting it to come in a damn wood crate. This is gonna be good. With the new Silencio Performance Optimized fans, the Cooler Master Neptune 240M delivers the perfect balance of noise and performance. Click the link in the description to find out more. Now, there's a lot of different R9 290 graphics cards on the market, so you gotta be asking yourself, why the hell is this thing come in a wood crate? What makes this so different from other graphics cards on the market? Well, unlike the R9 290X Matrix Platinum Edition, which we took a look at, it left a lot to be desired when it came to the cooling market. Now, it's no lie that it's a very, very hot graphics card. I mean, from the factory, they were designed to run 95 degrees Celsius, and that's enough to melt most gamers' hearts, if you will. And their wallets and their egos, because you're gonna spend a lot of time trying to keep that sucker cool. Now, unfortunately, the cooler on that R9 290X Matrix Platinum doesn't even touch the memory chips, and it doesn't even touch the VRMs. The VRM has its own little dinky heatsink that doesn't even make contact with any of the heat pipes or any of that. So unfortunately, its overclocking potential is extremely limited, and that was my major gripe with that card. Now, VisionTek last year at CES announced that they were partnering up with EK, where EK was going to be their block supplier, and they were going to be offering a consumer water-cooled version of the R9 290 and 290X. Today, we are going to be taking a look at the 290. Now, this comes in a crate because it has a whole water cooling loop in there. But that's not where the enthusiasm stops. You see, I care about companies that care about the consumer experience, not the bottom dollar. I mean, obviously they care about the bottom dollar. They're a business. They're in the business to make money. But not just how much money they make, but the overall consumer experience. And when you spend the kind of money that comes with a custom water-cooled graphics card that has a complete loop with it available in either 240 or 360 millimeter radiator variants, once again supplied by EK water blocks, you get an extra level of support that even I wasn't expecting when I opened up this crate. Now, I've already looked inside of this because the excitement was just too damn much to control, and I had to open it up and take a look inside. It was just like a schoolgirl. When it came, I was like ripping the box open because I had never seen a graphics card box come, well, big enough to fit a small computer tower in. But guys, I got the 360 version here. It's got a 360 millimeter rad. It's the Coolstream PE. I've already done a review of this radiator independently, actually earlier in the year when this radiator first launched. But as I mentioned, it is available in a 240 and a 360 variant. Basically, it's an entire custom loop that normally you'd have to buy a GPU water block for. It comes with the GPU block pre-installed and the entire loop to go with it. All you've got to do is buy a CPU block, whatever block you want. In fact, they do also sell water blocks on their website. Makes perfect sense. Throw it in your loop and you've got a complete water-cooled loop, including the graphics card, with very, very little fuss. Now, when you take the top off the box, there is quite a few things inside. Now, it's a pine box. In fact, when my wife saw this, she walked by the room, she did a double take, came right back in the room, noticed there was a wood crate on my box, and my desk, and she says, "Can I have the box?" Yeah, it's pretty freaking awesome. Now, right here on the side, it says VisionTek Liquid Cooled Series CryoVenom Squeaky Chair. It doesn't actually say squeaky chair, that's just my chair. So, CryoVenom Injected Specimen. Handle with care. If container is breached, contact your local PC gaming authority. By that, they mean JayzTwoCents. That would be me. Come on to YouTube, check out my channel. It'll tell you what's going on. It says contents have been shown to cause lower temperatures, increased GPU performance, and further gaming addiction. I mean, this already tells you right here they're having some fun with this product, and I love that. Now, right on the top, we've got some of our flex tube right here, basic stuff. But here's the part that I found extremely interesting when it comes to this. It says classified information enclosed. And this got me thinking, what is this? We'll get back to this in a minute. You've got an awful lot of bubble wrap protecting your GPU, a lot of it. In fact, we'll get back to that. We have got a bay reservoir. This is a single 5 1/4 bay reservoir with a built-in Lang DDC pump. So it's a pump res combo that goes in a single slot 5 1/4 drive. If you've got enough room for a CD drive, you've got enough room for the pump, and the reservoir, and it's already pre-set up for you. It's black, it's quiet, it's adjustable, and you know, it's got the same kind of quality that comes along with EK as you come to inspect. In fact, it even has a little like beaker that you can use to fill it. It's so freaking adorable. I love everything about this kit so far. In this little package here, we've got more stuff that goes along with the custom loop as you would come to expect. You have got some LED lights here if you want to make the reservoir light up, a jumper to start your power supply to bleed your system. You've got some Ecolunt Evo Blood Red Concentrate. You mix that with distilled water. And then, of course, you have got all of your fittings. Now, these are 3/8 inch inner diameter. I don't recall exactly what the outer diameter is, but I'm going to probably be sitting here popping this for the next 2 hours. You've got some of the normal jumpers that would come with your graphics cards for 4-pin to 8-pin, 6-pin, whatever. I really hope you don't need these. If you need these, get a new power supply. Do yourself a favor. And then you have, of course, got the 3 EK 120 to 1600 RPM fans. Same fans that come in the complete kit I actually did the review on a couple months ago. So yeah, definitely need the fans. And then there's nothing else in the box. It's just a wood crate. Hello! But like I said, the wife is already after this. Help me, guys. She wants to steal my crate. But this right here, I have not seen any other graphics card companies include this. Even review models. Now, usually review models, they'll kind of do some of the overclocking work for you and tell you kind of what to expect as a reviewer, so you know what you're getting yourself into before you even load up the card. And it kind of takes out some of the fun of it, but it really doesn't happen too often. Every now and then I get one of those. But what you find inside here is the normal paperwork that would come with your graphics card, like the VisionTek installation guide, drivers, you know, all that sort of stuff. Warranty information, we'll just throw that wherever. VisionTek paperwork, some of the extended fittings and O-rings and stuff if you need to use a fitting extender, so that if you have a long fitting so the threads don't go too far in there. Chances are you won't need that, but if you do, instructions are right there. This right here, VisionTek Radeon R9 Liquid Cooled Series Checklist and Registration. This is a handwritten card with the graphics card serial number, the water block serial number, the sticker for it, complete stability test that's already been performed, tells you how far this thing is going to overclock, what percentage. They even pressure test and vacuum test the block to make sure there's not going to be any leaks in it. Stamp of approval and even the name of the builder. Justin, hey bro, thanks for checking out my card. So I now know Justin W over at VisionTek is the guy who said this car is ready to rock. So there's no questions. If you ever have a problem, you call them up, you say this serial number, hey, Justin's the guy that said it was good to go. And if you've got any problems, the warranty information is all right here, including the warranty card. You fill it out and there you go. VisionTek is not responsible for any further gaming addiction caused by the addiction of CryoVenom to your machine. Now that leads us to the card. And if you guys haven't noticed, this is going to be a little bit longer review than I normally spend on graphics cards, because let's face it, VisionTek has spent more time on this card for you, the consumer, than any other company as far as I'm concerned. So I'm going to spend a little bit more time on this review because I have not been this excited about a product in a long, long time. Now, you guys know I'm an avid water cooler, so a water-cooled graphics card from the factory, from a company I like EK. EK is cooling my system back there. You guys can imagine my excitement of taking a look at this card. Now, I have not actually opened it. As you guys can see, the seal is intact. I wanted to save opening this up for the camera. Go ahead and tear that and go ahead and get inside. It does come in an electrostatic, anti-static bag. And there she is. Now, like I mentioned earlier, overclocks are affected by stability with VRM temperatures as well as memory temperatures. And guess what this thing is cooling? The VRM back here, the chips, the memory chips which are surrounding the GPU, and of course the GPU. It's got a sexy ass backplate that goes with it. And I personally think it's very, very sexy because it's the same exact model of backplate that is on my, my Skunkworks rig over there with 3 980s. But what's interesting is it's custom-made backplate for VisionTek, so it has VisionTek etched right into it, and it says Radeon R9 Liquid Cooled Series. Yes, this thing is freaking amazing. It even has the fingerprints on the back, so I know somebody has personally handled this graphics card, thereby making their registration card and overclocking claims a little more valid. Now, of course, we're not going to just take the card's word for it. the overclocking sheet card there. Of course, we're gonna go ahead and do our own benchmarks on this. So at this point, I'm gonna stop the video. I'm gonna take some time, probably a few days, to play around with this and see what numbers I can get out of it. And then we'll come back, circle back, and see exactly how well this thing performed. So for me, it's gonna probably be a few days. For you guys, it's gonna be just like Well, I gotta say that I'm not really all that surprised when it comes to the performance of the R9 290. I mean, really, it's not a custom PCB or anything. In fact, it's really just a reference card that they have in-house binned into their top-tier CryoVenom line before putting the water blocks on, and then they do all the custom work for you, determining what a safe overclock range is. Now, the card's been out for over a year, the R9 290 platform, so it's really not all that surprising when it comes to performance. I gotta say that. But what I think is really awesome is that they take the guesswork out of it. Now, they had put on this card here that it was good for 1150. I got 1150. In fact, I was able to get all the way up to 1175 on the megahertz. Now, what they did tell me is that they tend to pull it back about 5% from what they find to be stable. That way the customer can get a very good overclocking experience without getting any artifacting and whatnot. So they do take in a little bit of headroom into consideration. But what really makes this card stand out, which we've already taken a look at, is the fact that it's got the EK water block and backplate pre-installed, so you guys don't have to worry about voiding any warranties by doing that. They've gone ahead and installed it for you. And it comes with all the tubing and all of the pump and the integrated pump combo and the fittings and the radiator, and it's actually a very good performer. In fact, this card with my 5820K overclocked in the loop never went hotter than 52 degrees Celsius. That's about 40 degrees lower than the factory settings when it comes to the R9 290. That's amazing. Now, we already took a look at the benchmarks, which shows that it's pretty much in line with other overclocked R9 290s, but really the benefit here is the temperatures. I mean, the temperatures of these cards are just damn hot when it comes to the Hawaii-based GPUs. I mean, they are massively hot, but not in this system. In fact, the cooling loop kept it well under that 95-degree threshold, which AMD says is safe. Now, one of the downsides of going to a water-cooled card like this, though, that I have to say, there's definitely cons involved with this, is the coil whine. There actually was a decent amount of coil whine on this card. But coil whine is a lot like the Silicon Lottery, where some cards are noisy, some cards aren't. It really is luck of the draw. In fact, sometimes it was noticeable, sometimes it wasn't. And the farther you overclock the card, the louder the coil whine gets. So you can find some easy medium there where you're okay with noise to performance ratio. Now, this card happened to be a little bit noisier than I think would be normal, but at the same time, it's in an open test bench. Most of the time, my cards are in a closed case where you're not going to notice it nearly as much. With it sitting on an open test bench, it was very noticeable. So it really isn't something that I think you're going to notice nearly as much, especially if you're going with something like an R5 or something, you define R5 or define R4, or something that's really well sealed up when it comes to the acoustics. So guys, this has been my 2 cents about the R9 290 CryoVenom from VisionTek. Fantastic card. It's definitely worth considering if you're looking at building a nice gaming rig, especially an AMD-based gaming rig. It's a very worthy card of a gaming platform. I mean, everything about this card is pretty fantastic. That's why it's been such a great performing card in both sales and performance for the last year that the R9 290 has been around, because it's just an amazing bargain for what you get for the money, especially with the price drops recently. So if you're building a gaming PC, you highly want to consider this card. And if you guys are looking at doing water cooling, really this card just takes all the guesswork out of it, does everything for you. So I highly recommend taking a look at this over at the VisionTek website. I don't know if it's available anywhere else. I know VisionTek sells it, obviously. So there you go. Guys, let me know what you guys want me to do on this channel. Give me some content ideas. I love to do some crowdsourcing when it comes to topic ideas. And as always, guys, follow on Twitter or Facebook,
right? Facebook, is that what it's called? Yeah, I don't know. I was never into the whole Facebook thing a whole lot, but I do like to go up there and see what you guys are recommending that I do on this channel. And as always, guys, I will see you in the next one.